I'm an Angelino. My mom and dad both went to school here, and this is where our roots are. And so I had young parents who were 15 and 18 when they got married and 16 when they had me. And my mom, back in those days, as you talked about, how old are you?
63.
Okay, and I'm 55. So we're of that same generation in essence. And so my mom was doing Red Devils, dealing, cocaine. She was hooked in with my dad at 19 after they got married, wanted to be Muslim. And she's like, me cover up all this? You're tripping. I will not. Like, you can go around the corner back where your mom lives and
Right.
we can split these gifts and be done. And so she chose a path where ultimately she became addicted to heroin and died from it, a heroin overdose when she was 30. And my siblings, I was 13, 10, and 8. And my dad moved on, and 10, 14 kids later, I happen to be the oldest of all that. And so that was the crossroad for me growing up, like the crossroad for you when you got put, hey, get out of here,
Right.
that it was like, okay, well, I, my mom was a wonderful person, but she wasn't a good mother because she was still doing her thing. And my two siblings' fathers were big time dope dealers, Rolls Royces, stretch limos. And she was a fur coat wearing, finger waving, she was beautiful. And she didn't stop being beautiful or stop being who she was. And so upon her death, it made me realize, whoa, like I'm sitting here thinking, this is not for me. She was teaching me about when you go places, you make sure you take your own drink, because back then people were putting Spanish fly. If you smoke anything, you make sure it's yours. And it was like, okay, this is too much. So her death made me realize, you know what? I think I'm going to take a different path. I didn't know what that path was, but I was at the time working as a recreation coordinator counselor at my local pocket park. And it was like, I want to help others. And I never in a million years thought I was going to be a cop because the cops that were in my neighborhood were not good. I mean, they were beating the hell out of you. Let's say that. And it was
Right.
I didn't even know until I came on the job that where I lived wasn't a sheriff territory. It was LAPD because the sheriffs would roll through there and do whatever the hell they fucking wanted. And it was like, okay. So that's was like, okay, well, I don't want to be running all my life. And so what is it that I need to do? And so I said at 18, what am I going to do? I got bused to the valley. I grew up in a family that were pioneers. My dad became Muslim, opened up a grocery store, and was very influential in his community. And so it was like, okay, what am I going to do? And I ended up literally saying this. I went to learn to repair computers, and they gave the job to Mark, the 40-year-old. I was 18. And I thought, what's going to exist for the next 30 years? That whether I'm black, female, whatever, age, religion, sexual orientation, and it was the police. And I was like, okay, well, this is what I'll do because here in this small little third-party maintenance company, I've either got to sleep with the other guy to get the job, or I need to go and do something that no matter what, the sky is the limit. And so that's what made me choose being a cop.